What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 58, and as this will be Saturday morning for you guys, I want to say straight away, we've been having double upload weekends for the past couple of weeks now, and I just want to say, if we can have, let's go with, I'm going to ask something more difficult this time, 850 likes. We're going to go up by 100. If we can get 850 likes on this morning's episode, then I will upload another episode of Career Mode later on tonight. So let's get 850 likes on this video, and I will have another episode of Career Mode later on tonight. But anyway, we start today's episode off with Nathan Baker accepting a pre-contract we asked in the last episode, and we stalled it for the time being just because we've got all the time in the world before we can have to accept it. And also Everton said no to the deal we put in for Alex McCarthy. We decided to up it to 1.5 million plus McGregor. As you guys probably picked up, that's the reason why I signed McGregor on a new one-year deal, because as far as I'm aware, you can't offer players in swap deals if they've got less than a year on their contract and they're over the age of 23. I might be wrong about that, but I wasn't sure, so I thought I might as well do it on the safe side. So that's why I offered McGregor a new contract, just so we could guarantee that we could swap him. And we asked Everton if they'd accept a £1.5 million bid plus McGregor for McCarthy, because of course McCarthy, he will be higher than McGregor, no doubt about it. I know it for sure. Probably something like 75, 76, and he's English as well. So of course signing new English players is good for the series, because of course it's better to have players from the same nationality of the club for that homegrown feel. And yeah, that's why we're doing that. And hopefully McCarthy will, we'll be able to offer him a contract, because I would like to get McCarthy. I think it'd be a very good choice for us. But we take on Palace for the first game of today's episode, and the first chance came in the 11th minute when Kelvin skipped past Parr with a lovely piece of skill. He crossed the ball in, and Ings' header was tipped over the bar by another English goalkeeper, Fraser Forster. However, in injury time in the first half, Jack Robinson's onto the ball here, goes down the left-hand side. Lovely piece of pace to get around his man. Really good from our left back, crosses the ball in, and Ings' volley is blocked, and it comes to Carrasco. I tried to get the ball past Forster, but sadly I didn't really get hold of it, and it was still Palace 0, Millwall 0. And in the 52nd minute, Palace are through again. The ball eventually is played out wide to Yannick Bolasie after a good pass by Marouane Chamakh, and Bolasie, the winger, puts the ball in to make it Palace 1, Millwall 0. So 52 minutes on the clock, and Palace had the opening goal of the game here. So once again, us playing away from home, just not convincing. But in the 55th minute here, Jack Robinson, our left back, gives the ball to Seb Larsson. Larsson finds Carrasco. Carrasco finds Ings through to the run of Robinson. What a fantastic build-up that was. Jack Robinson comes through, but our left back can't hit the target, and it is still Palace 1, Millwall 0. So that would have been a lovely goal. Real good, nice pass in there, but I couldn't find the back in the net. And in the 69th minute here, we're onto the ball again. João Vitor finds Seb Larsson. Larsson plays a good through ball to Brian Carrasco, beats Ward with a lovely Ronaldo chop, then plays a great ball through to Danny Ings, fake shots past Mariappa, and puts the ball past Fraser Forster to make it Crystal Palace 1, Millwall 1, and that is how the game finished. So Ings gets another goal, and we do manage to get an equaliser, which is how the game finishes. So the game finishes level, and we get a point, which is not bad away at Palace. Again, we just when we play away from home, I'm happy with a point regardless of who we play, because I just don't feel good at all. So yeah, I was happy to get a point in that game. I know we really should be looking to get the wins, but like I said, when we play away from home, we just don't play well. So if we can get a point, then that's good, because I always feel much more confident at home. So a point would just help, But anyway, after the game, we decided to go in for Nathaniel Chaloba of Forest, and also Jack Cork, who is now at Marseille. We faced him in Europa League. He was very good. So we asked Marseille if we can take Jack Cork. We're just offering straight swaps with João Vitor, mainly because, as I said, he's an okay midfielder, but he's not really a holding midfielder, and I'd like to get an English holding midfielder in. Just as I said, to get an English player in is always good, homegrown feel and all that stuff, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't think any of these clubs will accept the bids, because, as I said, we're not putting any money into him, and we're just offering a straight swap. And Vitor's not bad. He's rated 1.4 million, I think it is. However, I think the players will probably be just as good, if not better. So we'd have to offer a bit of money if we wanted to get hold of the player we're going in for, other than just offering a swap deal and hoping for the best. Because as you can see, I'm offering players like Jack Rodwell and Jack Cork and players like that are probably going to be better than João Vitor, who's only 72 rated. Jake Livermore's the next one, and we're not offering any kind of money whatsoever, because we don't really have the money. We've got 2.8 million and 60 grand on the wage budget, which, yes, I know is quite good considering the fact we didn't have much money to work with before January. However, we've still got other areas in the squad which need improving more, you know, and of course one of those is in goal. And if we're to get McCarthy, that's going to cost us at least £1 million, or £1.5 million, I should say, plus McGregor. So with that in mind, it's probably not going to be very likely for us to get a hold of midfielder if we can't offer a swap deal with them, because otherwise we'll have to pay like 3, 4, 5 million for them, which of course we don't have at the moment. So we're desperate for one of these clubs to accept the swap deal of £0 plus João Vitor. It is very, very unlikely, but we just have to live and hope, really. Of course, they're not all holding midfielders. Of course, Will Hughes is here as well. He's a young CM, but I'm not really sure about Will Hughes because he's not, like I say, a holding midfielder, which is what I want. And of course, he is young, so you never know, he might have that potential glitch. But anyway, we do accept Nathan Baker. We do accept that deal. Baker will join us next season on a free transfer, 30 grand a week, which is quite a lot, but I think he's a very decent centre back, and I'm pretty sure Mark Beevers is going to leave the club in the summer, so that's good to get him a replacement. And also, Everton accepted a £1.5 million deal plus Alan McGregor for Alex McCarthy. So McCarthy looks like he could be on his way to the Den, which is great. Eder Nilsson again wants a new contract, which quite frankly isn't going to happen. So yeah, McCarthy looks like he could be on his way to the Den, which is fantastic because it will get rid of McGregor, who you guys don't seem to like, and we will get an English player in as well, which is good. And also Blackpool rejected the deal for Tom Ince, which is not a real surprise because, as I said, they don't want to let go of their star, and yeah, we're not really offering the bids which are acceptable for them. And all of those players said no to the deals as well to take one of their midfielders in return for João Vitor. And also Lee Cattermole, Sunderland don't want to let go of him. It's really frustrating, this deal as well, because it's like, you know, for Sunderland, it's like he's going to leave the club in 6 months' time, and we're offering the money plus the player for him, and they're still saying no. It's like, come on, man, seriously, it's so much more beneficial. I'm trying to help Sunderland, you know what I mean? I'm giving them 500 grand plus a decent centre midfielder who's probably only going to be like 2 or 3 ratings below him anyway, and yet they're still saying no. It's so ridiculous that they're rejecting that. I don't understand their thinking, but oh well, there you go. But we also resubmit new deals as well for the players such as Tom Carroll, James Ward-Prowse, Jack Cork, players like that. And we'll wait and see what the clubs say, because I'd still like to get one of those players in. But I'm not really sure what's going to happen there. And we also decide to resubmit a new deal for Tom Ince. This is very unlikely that we will be able to get hold of Tom Ince. Of course, the Blackpool player who is a star there at Bloomfield Road. However, he is a really good player, and I've wanted him since the start of the series, so it would be great to get Tom Ince. However, if it doesn't happen this year, then maybe next year. You know, he's still only 23 years old, so he's still got quite a good few years under his belt to progress. However, if it doesn't happen during January, which it probably won't, let's be honest, then we can probably look to sign him next year. But the second game of today's episode is against Oldham here in the FA Cup. So we take on Oldham, and we rested the entire side because, you know, no disrespect, but I feel we'd have the better of the Football League side. Even away from home, I felt would be good enough. And of course, there was no Nyland anymore. He's on loan at Middlesbrough now, so we'd start Mayenpa. Is that how you pronounce that? The Finnish goalkeeper, I do believe he's Finnish, for his first game at the Den. Not at the Den, his first game in the Millwall shirt. So yeah, we'd have to be hopeful he'll be a good goalkeeper for us. And he started the first chance of the game as well in the 16th minute as we passed the ball out here. The ball comes to Leal Gutierrez, the only player that started in this game from the first team, because I wanted to rest him in midweek. And the first chance came in the 18th minute here. Scott Malone finds Dongu down the left-hand side. He crosses the ball in. Camiliano goes for the header, but he puts the ball wide. So that was a real good chance for us there. Should have hit the target, but the ball goes wide, and it's still Oldham 0, Millwall 0. And in the 27th minute here, Oldham are through. Real good chance for them. But how about this from our goalkeeper making his debut? He makes an absolutely superb save as well. He's only 64 overall, but that stop was superb. It looks like Oldham is surely going to take a shot cleat, but what a stop it was. And it's still Oldham 0, Millwall 0. And in the 36th minute here, Ryan Gould intercepts his man. Lovely challenge. Plays the ball through to Michael Ngoo. He ball rolls around the defender. It goes through and smashes the ball into the bottom corner from just outside the area. So Ngoo makes it Oldham 0, Millwall 1, and we go in front in this game in the FA Cup. So I was very glad there was a lovely interception by Gould, a lovely ball roll by Michael Ngoo, and a good finish as well by the tall striker. Shows he's not all about that heading. He can use his feet as well, and that was a really good finish. And he finds the bottom corner there, and we do take the lead. So we could have been behind early on in this game, you know, shockingly so, but we were in front instead, and that was great news for us. But in the 42nd minute, Oldham do manage to get themselves an equalising goal. The shot from from just outside the area, found the bottom corner, and our goalkeeper made a very good save earlier on, couldn't keep that one out, and it was 1-1 here. But in the 77th minute here, Oldham are the masters of their own downfall, because it looked like they were going to have a fantastic replay away at the Den and earn themselves a replay. However, they gave the ball away, and Goo rolled it through to our left back Scott Malone, who puts the ball into the back of the net, finds the bottom corner, really good finish, and I think that's his first goal since we took over as manager. So good finish by Malone. That makes it 2-1, and again in the 89th minute, it's the same defender who gives the ball away. We spread the ball out wide. Dongu ends up beating Lanzoni with a lovely piece of skill, crosses the ball in, and Michael Ngoo gets his second goal of the game with the header. So Oldham, who looked as though they were going to take the game to a replay, get some TV revenue, get some good money for taking the game to a replay, and keep themselves with it with a chance of progressing, gave the ball away twice. It was the same defender who was guilty of it, and we capitalised twice to make it Oldham 1, Millwall 3. So, you know, disappointed for the Football League side, because they probably deserved a replay. However, if you're going to make mistakes against a Premier League team, you are going to get punished. So Oldham 1, Millwall 3, 2 goals for Michael Ngoo, 1 for Scott Malone, and that puts us through to the next round of the FA Cup, which is fantastic. And the last thing you see here is Alex McCarthy accept the contract. So we do have a new goalkeeper. McGregor is gone, so you guys must be happy. McCarthy is in, and that's great news for us. He signs on a 4-year deal at 30 grand a week for 1.5 million plus McGregor. And as you can see by the stats, he is 75 overall. So we have got a better goalkeeper now, and hopefully you guys will be pleased with that. But as always, guys, big thank you for watching today's video. Don't forget, 800 likes I think I asked for, and I'll upload another episode of Career Mode later on tonight. And hopefully I'll see you later on tonight for another episode of Career Mode. If not, I will see you tomorrow morning.